Hi everyone, this is a step-by-step guide on how to repot a Hoya from cocoa husk to cocoa peat. What you see now is my Hoya retusa, received to me in the worst state, only as a cutting with some aerial roots. Since the seller uses cocoa husk, I also opted for the same. But first, let me put it this way. There was no healthy green color in the wine at all, just plain yellow, which was caused by dehydration and malnourishment. And that sort of state can cause further decline in the vine when it's trying to turn the aerial roots into its main root bulb. This is where you have to give rehydration before repotting to get it to a stage where you can repot. If not, the plant will be pulling in nutrition from the upper structures, trying to establish its main root bulb. This Hoya has very thin stems and needle-like leaves. This is where a single branch can die off, failing the aerial roots becoming the main root bulb. So if you receive a malnourished branch or a cutting of a Hoya, dunk them in Super Thrive or Mega Thrive for good measure before repotting. I dunked my branch of Hoya retusa in Mega Thrive, which did reduce a lot of the risk of transplant shock, and I was ready for a repot. Now you have to be very careful to remove the existing media from the roots because the roots are very thin and dainty. But my practice is to remove all the dead material from all the existing roots. That is to give this a clean new start. You can also spray some high phosphorus fertilizer to enhance root growth and your plant is ready for repotting. I also chopped it into two parts since it was rooted from two different spots in the vine. So this would give me two possibilities of survival. After deciding where exactly the vines would go in the coffee cup, I would make a hole for one. Then I would insert the main root bulb into the media, but I wouldn't cover it up. I would repeat the same with the next cutting, and after both cuttings are placed, I can cover them up with the media. As you are packing it in, you will see there will be a lot of space from the top. The initial cupful of cocopeat will look like 3/4 now. As long as the roots are inserted, you do not need to worry. I packed it at the same time to not disturb the nearby cutting or cuttings that you will be potting into one pot. And watering it once would be enough until you see the media drying out or the pot is light to the lift. There are a few important things to remember when it comes to your aftercare. Remember, cocopeat holds in a lot of moisture, so overwatering may lead to a root rot. When your plants show progress by leaves, aerial roots or stems, and you think you can use more media on top because the roots are exposed, you can add more media if you like. Until then, leave this in a well-shaded spot with medium sunlight in the morning as well as medium lighting if you are using a grow light. As per fertilizing, you can use a high nitrogen fertilizer and a high phosphorus fertilizer simultaneously every 3 to 4 days until you see signs of growth in your Hoya retusa. Then you can gradually introduce them to the normal lighting you give to all your other Hoyas. But guys, remember to mix in the high value fertilizers if you are using to half strength of what is noted on the label. And this will definitely reduce the risks of mutation in the structures of your plant, and the high contents of nutrition in your fertilizer will ease the establishment in the new media. That's it for the quick and easy guide to repot your Hoya from cocoa husk to cocoa peat. I tried to keep it very short but there's a lot to cover. Therefore, thank you to everyone and have a great day. Bye bye.